Hi. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in for today's session. I am Sid. I'm just going to run this session today for you. Quick introduction about myself. I am the enterprise account executive and the go-to-market notion head for most parts of Europe over here. And today with me, we do have my moderator as well, who'll be working alongside. If you have any questions or anything, we'll take that up together. And let's just get started from here. So we are going to split this presentation, this webinar in three segments. First, we'll talk a little bit about the current tech landscape in the market. What is the opportunity? What are the challenges? And then we'll talk a little bit about where Kissflow comes in, what we solve for industries out there. And finally, we will cover what our partner program is all about and how US partners can help us. So we're basically going to talk a little bit about the IT business gap that is happening in the current tech landscape and how low code can actually go ahead and bridge it for you. But when we talk about low code, there are a lot of I would say jargons in the market where people say LCAP, where people say you can power low code and no code together, a lot of other jargons out there, right? So we will cover all of that today. We'll see what Kissflow can do in terms of low code. So when we talk about the current landscape out there in terms of creating an application, a process, and so on, this is the harsh truth. There are only a limited number of developers. To be precise, we have around 20 million developers. But if you see, the business users are a lot. There are around 500 million business users that is estimated. So you see that it's a lot of gap, right? What if me as a business user, I have around 5 to 6 applications I need to create and I depend on IT for this? Yeah. So imagine the number of processes or apps that needs to be automated for these business users by IT. You clearly see that there's a lot of shortage over here. And this creates a further gap because business has a different goal, IT has a different goal. So business users want something quick. So they just want something which is pretty easy. It goes quick to the market so they can just have value realization quickly, and it should be comfortable for them in terms of navigation, and it has to have a lot of customization to it which caters to them. But IT, on the other hand, they have a lot of IT backlog in place which is currently ongoing in the market as well. And of course, there's a lot of talent crunch that is happening. And if a business user has to go ahead and let's say they go ahead and give a requirement to IT has to check their existing tech landscape. They have to see their legacy systems in place. They have to see the integration challenges and so on, right? So both these different parallels have different challenges. And this does not just pertain to specific personas. This actually pertains to a specific organization itself on the whole. So there are platforms in place which are complex, and you need IT to go ahead and have heavy skills to automate these applications, create these applications. They have to code everything, maintain it. They have to go ahead and also further develop it as the need changes on and on. But the total cost for this is super high, and there are projects that run in large numbers, which requires a large number of developers to work on it, and this runs into millions. So what actually started all of this? Let's take a little bit of a history about the evolution of coding. So you had code from scratch. You had platforms where you have to just build anything from scratch. You have to code it. And then comes in pro code, where you have libraries. You just have to extend it with code and you have to build it. But then again, both these concepts actually took a lot of resources and cost. But then came into play low code, right? So it was a game changer for the industry. You had a lot of companies offering drag and drop, and from there, you just drag and drop widgets. But then again, to customize it, you have to go ahead and code, the backend part of the widget. So then again, it did not cater to business users. But there are also tools that came in the space of no code. But there's a challenge with no code where you can only configure these widgets. You can go ahead and customize this, right? So there are pre-built widgets that you can just drag and drop, and you can configure it and you can go live. This is primarily catered to business users, but to simplify it further, came in citizen development. So you just have to write a basic formula. You just have to write simple addition, subtraction algorithms for it. So you can basically go ahead and do no coding to build your apps. But the future is evolving, right? It's not stopping anytime soon. We saw it started with code, it went all the way to citizen development, and now AI is trending. So everybody wants AI, right? So there's AI-led automation that is coming up in the market as we speak. But what was the challenge over here with just low-code tools, right? So business had their limitations, IT had their limitations. So when we talk about business, low-code was obviously, as the name or the term says, it's low-code. It's complex to implement. You can't go ahead and customize it. You just need the support of IT. Then again, business needs IT's help to customize these apps. They can't do it on their own. Whereas for IT, though it did reduce a lot of work for them, it was too complex to maintain. But on top of that, they had challenges in employee accepting an app. They had challenges in management going ahead and accepting the technology that was adopted inside for their specific company. But when we see low code as a whole, it's here to stay. So experts are saying, it's because low code and no code reduces a lot of work for IT, and in turn actually goes ahead and enhances them to actually build apps at 5x the speed. So this is where we say you need one platform to make your work very simple. It should cater to your IT, it should cater to your business. And how does it do that? It has to handle multiple types of work. And it has to empower your citizen developers, but shouldn't also restrict your IT. So if it doesn't restrict your IT, it will obviously be a platform with endless opportunities. But on top of that, as a rule of thumb, every single platform that you choose has to actually follow IT governance, and it should give you the necessary data protection that you need. So that is where we say Kissflow can go ahead and solve all of this for you in one platform. So you have low code, no code, and citizen development piece inside the system, where you can drag and drop. You can also go ahead and code, and you can customize the widgets. But if business users want to create the base or the skeleton of a specific process or an app, they can do it themselves and hand it off to IT for the final piece. But say, for example, they want to create a very simple expense management application. They can do it on their own. They don't have to depend on IT if it's a very simple app. And finally, we are working on AI-led automation. In fact, we have our first release that we did, where you have AI suggested form building elements inside Kissflow, but we are also going into the big league of AI. So how big is the low-code market? So globally, the low-code market right now, it's at $52 billion, and it has different markets having different interests on it. And for Europe, it is around $20 billion that we are looking at, with some of the large organizations already expressing interest in low code, no code that we see for the past few years now. But what can Kissflow do for you over here? So just giving a quick introduction about what we do. We are one single platform with 1 million active users, and we have 10,000 plus customers across 160 countries. And some of them being Fortune 500 companies, some of them having massive enterprise rollouts and so on. But Kissflow as a company has had a very strong foundation in terms of workflows, application buildings, and so on, with us being in this industry space for 20 years now. So we have been constantly evolving in terms of the market requirement. And you can see that as of 2022, we launched the recent version of the platform. So we have 600 plus enterprise customers. spanning across these 160 countries that we just saw. And you will be able to see a lot of known brands that are there in the market. And we do have massive enterprise adoption. Like I said, we have banks, we have manufacturing companies, we have oil and gas sectors, we have retail, you name it, we have it, because Kissflow is a platform and you can go ahead and cater the platform based on your business requirement. So the system is pretty straightforward in terms of scalability. You can start with a few hundred users, you can go all the way to thousands of users, just like what you see over here. And this is a quick representation of where we are in the market at the moment. Like I said, we are across 160 countries, and a lot of experts in the market rate Kissflow highly on their quadrant and in their leaderboard. So if we have to take a little bit about Kissflow's customers, we do have Fortune 500 companies. We have companies like Pepsi, 7-Eleven, Schneider, you have Danone, Modec, all of them using the platform. And some of the customers are using it at the department level. Some of them are using it at the global organization level. So we do have a lot of customers in Europe as well. So we do follow strict GDPR guidelines. We are SOC 2, SOC 3 compliant, and we are hosted in EU as well. So customers, partners who prefer having their data in EU, go ahead and just request us for that, and we'll go ahead and do it for you. So what are we addressing with Kissflow? We are bridging the gap that what we saw earlier. We are bridging the gap between IT and business users. How do we do it? So we're doing it with low code and no code for IT and citizen development for non-IT. How do we do it? So we have different modules inside the platform. So there is a case management piece, there is a process automation piece, and there's an app development piece. So for case management, you have tickets, you have service requests, you have project management, case management. It's a simple board that you can create and manage your tasks. But in terms of workflows, and if you want to go ahead and do approvals, SLAs, rule-based assignment, you can go ahead and have workflows for this. So for case management and process management, you can go ahead and do this with no code. If you want to go ahead and extend this with code, you can obviously do that as well. But let's say when your process matures, what do? You have, let's say, for example, you have a purchase request and you have a purchase order. You want to do a goods received note, a purchase invoice, and so on, right? All of this, you can do this in one app. And that is what the app development piece can do for you, where you can create custom navigations and landing pages for each and every single persona. You can have dashboards as much as you want. But on top of that, at the back end, you have a seamless tie-up between all of these processes and boards and data forms together, running as one single app. So app development also has no code. App development also has low code to it. So if you want to go ahead, customize these pages, you can do this with low code. But cutting across all of these modules is the collaboration piece. You will have collaboration infused in all of these individual modules. And for all of these modules, you also have reports to it. But if you want to have a centralized space for compiling all of this data, you can do that with analytics, which is possible as well. So Kissflow is integration friendly as well. So you have around 30 plus pre-built connectors, which consists of, for Google Workspace, for Microsoft ecosystem, with Salesforce and DocuSign and so on. There's a huge list. But you can also do webhook integration. You can also go ahead and do REST API and SOAP API integration as well. And we recently launched a generative AI inside the platform, which is available for you to try out as well. But there is something called the App Store inside the platform. This bridges the build versus buy dilemma that organizations mostly have. So if, say, for example, if you want to go ahead and buy a procurement application, we have something pre-built on the App Store. You don't have to build it from scratch. This saves you a lot of time. This saves you a lot of manpower in order to go ahead and create a specific app. But if you want to go ahead, build something from scratch, you can obviously do that as well. But this is for internal operations, internal employees, correct? What if you want to go ahead and have your vendors and your customers access the platform? We have a portal for it. So you can create any number of portals that you want. You can design this, the look and feel of it. You can design what data has to be shown to individual people. So I think we have a question, but I'll just take a pause for now. I'll answer that question if okay. Oh, that's just Lalit actually. So we'll take that up towards the end of the session then if there are any more questions. But what is Kissflow's value proposition over here? We promise faster time to value. You obviously will have a collaborative development because your entire organization is working under one platform, and you will have faster change management because of a lot of other factors inside the system that we'll see in the next upcoming slides. So what do these different modules do for you? This is a simple workflow builder. So you can pretty much automate your processes. You can build a form, and you can drag and drop all of these widgets, and then you can go ahead, construct a workflow for it and route it to the specific person for approval. So there are pre-built reports inside the platform. There are in fact 3 types of reports: tabular, chart, pivot. And if you want to go ahead and create something from scratch, you can do it from it. So apart from this, there are application builders over here. For example, what you see over here is an employee management app. This was completely built from scratch with no code and low code. So what you're seeing in terms of this page, this dashboard, most of them is actually no code. But if you want to go ahead and redirect this to a specific process or a board or a form or a data set inside Kissflow, which is basically a DB, you can go ahead and do a little bit of coding for it. But let's say you also want to pull in data from a third-party system, you can do that as well with the low-code aspect of Kissflow. So in terms of your task management, not everything needs to be automated, or not everything needs to be redirected to a person automatically for approvals. You can go ahead and create a simple board, pretty much straightforward. You can just drag and drop all of these tasks that you see over here. A lot of use cases that can be done is bug tracking, customer complaints. You can also do vendor onboarding with this. And on top of that, if you further click on a card, a form will open up, which can also be customized. So when we speak about Kissflow's flexibility in terms of integration, I did mention that we have 30 plus pre-built connectors, and you can see that some of them are mentioned over here. But if you want to go ahead and let's say pull out data from a legacy system, or if you want to go ahead and if you don't find a connector over here and you want to integrate with that system, you can do it through REST and SOAP APIs and also webhooks. But that's just not it. In terms of Kissflow's compliance, we are ISO 27001 compliant. We are GDPR compliant for the European market with SOC 1, SOC 2 compliance as well. And in terms of, for healthcare, we have a HIPAA compliance, which primarily is actually for the US market. But then again, we are completely on the cloud with a lot of encryption, with a lot of testing in terms of penetration testing, in terms of the uptime of the product. It's run regularly, and we update the status, in public as well. So why do leading brands actually prefer Kissflow? So this data that you see over here was run from our customers. So you'll find more in Kissflow's resources page. So you can navigate to it as well. Post this webinar, you'll be able to see in detail case studies. But most of them actually like the simplicity of the tool. Because of its a very seamless interface. You can just navigate anywhere. You can just I would say fluidly make changes to the app or process if you're given the access to it. And then again, it meets the demand. So businesses basically want to see something which generates, I would say, a quick ROI for them, and Kissflow helps you with that. But in terms of setting it up, because of the no-code element infused inside the product, it's easy to set up. So, and in terms of our support system, we have a quality, huge team set up over here. But alongside with that, we also have an account management unit who works seamlessly with the customer and the customer success team as a bridge to make sure that they have a great experience with the product. So, when we talk about Kissflow partners in general, we are open to having partners in a lot of spaces. When I say a lot of spaces, it could be technology partners, it could be resellers, it could be service partner, MSPs, and so on. But if you are servicing any customer at the moment, you'll already be able to spot these opportunities in the low-code space. So this might not be immediately visible to you, but you have to just take a deeper look in order to spot these opportunities. We have split this in 3 patterns. So first, we have projects that are expensive and time consuming, right? And when IT steps in, they pretty much want to streamline this. They want to go ahead and streamline all of these projects into a consolidated area, and they will start evaluating different tools in the market. So there will be businesses who will have requirements, and they will be the buyer for this, but the decision will obviously happen anywhere in the IT or the top management level. So when businesses come up with a requirement, they will have a specific department need, they will have a specific project need, and so on. And what IT will do is they will look at the existing tech stack. They will see if the current set of tools that they have will solve all of this. If not, they will go ahead and they will suggest a specific tool in the market for this. So there are tools that are expensive and time consuming, as we claim, and these tools are in different specific softwares. So businesses are using multiple tools across the organization. Different departments will be using different tools to solve a specific purpose. And you will see, if you take a look at it, this will create something called the messy middle layer. Yeah. And that is where we say, you know what, you can have one unified system to solve all of this at the organization level, and IT steps in to help them. So we do have a customer who was in the space. So we have FHI 360. So they are an 8,000 plus employee organization. In fact, they're larger than that. But we have 2,000 plus users on the platform. And if you see some of the processes they have automated across the organization is something like a purchase order, something like an intercompany work order, and they have something like employee organization builder, and quite a lot of other processes too. And Kissflow is mobile friendly, so you can use it from anywhere. So if you have an active internet connection, you can and a login, of course, you can basically log into your work and you can get your work done. And in terms of languages, Kissflow supports around 14 languages, most of the European languages included. And say, for example, you have rolled out the platform in France and in Spain, a user can pretty much choose their locale and they can configure their language view that they have. But there are low-code platform purchases that will happen primarily in an organization. So this is to ensure that IT has a tool which will empower them to build application, enterprise-grade applications. Yeah, and you will have an enterprise architecture team which will be the influencer for this, and you will also have the buyer. So basically, if you have to go ahead and get a low-code platform, the decision making happens at the top level, which is at the CIO level or the IT level or the let's say VP of IT or the director of IT level. So what are these companies usually evaluating? They're evaluating a tool which will give them the ease of building an app, but also gives them a very powerful enterprise grade application for them. So we do have customers in this space as well. with Puma Energy having around 5,000 plus employees, and they're a massive $10 billion revenue company. And if you see, they have 80 plus applications on the platform, and they have built with no code. They have also built with low code, and you can see that they have built something called a retail app. They built something called an airport refueling request. They have built something called an accounts payable process. You don't have ready-made tools in the market for this. You have to build it based on how you work. And Puma Energy actually saw a great increase in productivity with around 73% increase in productivity. And in fact, they have the presence in 40 plus countries, and they're making use of Kissflow in multiple countries as well. But the final opportunity that you can spot, this is a pretty straightforward one. It's a very straightforward one. You have process automation that needs to be done in a lot of organizations, and you will have a process owner, or you will have a citizen developer or slash champion inside a specific department evaluating your tool. When I say your tool, which it could be Kissflow and something similar like that. And what they will look for is pretty much a very simple no code kind of an application, so which will be easy for them to roll out and see quick ROI. And there will be, if you're doing an organization level rollout, of course it has to go to the CIO or the VP of IT. So we have, in fact, we have a lot of I would say massive rollouts in this space, because we want to also empower business users and IT where they can co-create. And one of the examples is BPI. So if you see BPI, they have around 800 processes. It's not simple to do 800 processes until you empower your business users. And you can see BPI has done it for 18,500 users on Kissflow. And some of the processes, because they are in the BFSI space, in fact, they're the fourth largest bank in Philippines. You can see that they have loan lease monitoring, they have something like flexible benefit selection, and so on. So what is Kissflow looking for, and why should you partner with Kissflow? So we have been in the partner program space as well for the past 7 years now. We have very successful partners spread across the globe, basically. So we do have a few successful partners as well in Europe, and they have been doing some great work for us. But as we start entering into markets deeply, we want to have a hand-in-hand coordination and collaboration with partners such as yourself. So this will make sure that we can enter the market locally together. You can be a flag bearer for Kissflow over there alongside with our support, and we can take things forward. But what do you get out of being a partner with us? You have a lot of benefits. You, of course, the first things first is the commercials. So with the product that you implement for customers, you get a commission for it. You have recurring commissions. In fact, we don't go ahead and say your commissions is for the first year only, or we don't say we are going to stop commissions for you on the second year. We have a very recurring commission structure. So as long as the customer stays, you will get the commission from them. I mean, from Kissflow, obviously. So in terms of going to market together, we have a joint marketing effort. So it's not just we get you on board, we sign a partnership agreement, and we just say, you know what, let's just go and sell, and we let you find opportunities and so on. We will do joint marketing efforts with you, where we can go to market together. We will plan initiatives together and generate a pipeline for it. So when we do that, we will obviously grow businesses together. And in the first few sales, obviously, if you want to go ahead and make use of our expertise in the product to do a POC, we'll obviously do that, and we will present it for you on behalf of the customer. So you can also go ahead and showcase it to the customers. But on top of that, we will extend our pre-sales unit for you at any point of time if you want to do a POC. But that just does not stop things. We will give you a training on the platform. So we have split training into two. You can do sales enablement as well as product enablement. In terms of product enablement, we expect your technical team to be a part of it, so they can learn from our experts on how to make use of the platform, how to build different apps, different processes, and you can pretty much go ahead and get trained on the platform. So on top of that, your sales folks, or if you are a person who's running the company, you can get trained on the sales aspect of the product to make sure to know who our ICPs are. When I say ICP, it's just defining it, even though you might know it, it's ideal customer profile. We do have specific personas we target. So you can get to know what we do, how we sell Kissflow, and you'll be onboarded in terms of the enablement aspect over here. But post training, you can of course take up a certification. You can do it for yourself, you can do it for your team, and you can be a Kissflow certified developer as well. But on top of that, apart from commissions, there will be services that you will do for your customers in terms of implementation aspect. So whatever you earn out of it, of course, it's yours to keep. Kissflow does not interfere in that. So what happens post your onboarding journey? You will have an NFR that you will be provided access to by your partner manager inside Kissflow, which we'll get to as well next. So the NFR is a not for resale account, so it's a demo account for you. So you can pretty much try out the platform. You can build something on it. You can showcase it to your customers, and from there you can go ahead and register the deal. So let's say, for example, you're presenting it to a customer, a prospect, and they like the solution, they want to explore this. We offer a deal protection for you. So you can register a deal on our partner portal, and you can reserve this lead under your name, so that it's all yours for you to go ahead and engage. This will make sure that no other partner nor Kissflow's sales team will engage with the lead that you're working on. And this, on an overview level, will be navigated and will be overseen by a partner manager or an account executive designated or dedicated to your specific region from wherever you're signing up. So apart from this, we also have our customer success team, who will be available for any questions that you have in terms of product when you are implementing it and so on. But we also extend our account management support to your customers. If you are closing an enterprise customers, we will include account management function to it, and they will work alongside with you to make sure that the product is rolled out successfully, and they'll also make sure that there is an expansion path for you in the upcoming months. So it's basically a win-win situation for the both of us, where Kissflow will grow alongside partners as well in the local market. So we do have a direct model as well, but in terms of specific markets, we prefer doing it through partners, and hence the webinar. So that brings to that brings me to the end of this presentation. I'm open for any questions that you will have, and I think we also have a quick poll that Lilith will be running now. So if you can take a minute to respond to this, that'd be great. And I'll take up the questions. I think I have a couple of questions over here. What factors are most important to you when you're considering a partnership with the low code, no code platform providers? Oh, that's great. I see a lot of them voting for strong customer support and training resources. That's great. So yeah, we do do a lot of enablement in terms of sales and product, like I said. And as we start rolling out new features, we do have a community where we constantly post about these features and how to use it. But we also do a refresher, I would say a refresher training, like a Delta training, if we are doing a little bit of a massive change to the platform. So that's said and done. I have a few questions over here. Okay, so will there be any cost to be paid by the partners for the support, both technical and non-technical support gotten from Kissflow? So that's the beauty of the partner program. We don't charge you for anything. So we pretty much go ahead and make sure that it's all free of cost, because it's basically a business that we are both going to run towards together. So we make sure that partners are like our extended sales team, where we will go to market together, and we just exist successfully over there. I hope I answered your question, Ashwin. So I also have another question. The platform is very interesting. The starting point for evaluation and deciding to a partner is not clear. Entry seems expensive and needs to evaluate before any commitment. I'm not actually understanding the final part of the question, but your this what you just saw is basically just an overview. We will be more than happy to share further details about the partner program, with you. If you can just write to me at sid@kissflow.com, or you can obviously visit our website, and you can go to our partner page, just give it a read through if you want. And if you want to further, sign up from there, we'll be happy to showcase the partner program in detail. So I have a few questions in chat. So how do you see response to build a solution versus a ready-made solution? It's a great question. So inside Kissflow, we offer both, which I just showed you. But what we see basically is as a solution which is already built, we see that as an accelerator. So it just doesn't make sure that you are, I would like to say, that you build something from scratch and take a lot of time towards it. We just say you can go ahead and you can make use of the existing accelerator or the app that we have already built, and you can go ahead and customize it. But this is applicable only for common use cases. If you want to go ahead and buy a solution which caters to a common use case, you can obviously go ahead and make use of Kissflow's App Store. We also have a template gallery, which will give you 400 plus ready-made templates that you can install, and you can make use of it. You can customize it as well. So, but if you want to build something very custom made, so we have a customer, we have Megdamot, one of our customers, who does something called welding work order. Yeah, right. So you don't have a built solution for that. You have to do something from scratch, correct? So customers just pretty much search if there's a ready-made app for it inside the platform, and if not, they build it from scratch. So I have another question. How does your SaaS solution differentiate itself from competitors in the market? This is this is a pretty I would say it's a pretty straightforward one. So we have our competitors in the space of low code. So they do have capabilities of their own. But one of the areas where we go ahead and have an edge from them is basically the simplest form of no code that we have infused in it. So you have a no code module inside the platform, which will pretty much get you to the I would say almost to the finish line. But if you want to go ahead and make it a little bit more custom, you can extend it with low code. So the time to market is pretty short, and in terms of manpower that is needed to build an app, it's very straightforward. It's very short as well when you compare it with our competitors. So I have another question. Entry level cost question. NFR to evaluate before signing up. Yeah, of course, we will be happy to go ahead and showcase the platform first, and also give you a trial to explore the platform. So you can pretty much try out the platform before signing up for a partnership as well. The platform seems, I have another question, sorry. So the platform seems very seamless and smooth. Curious if the applications built in the platform is only accessible on the cloud, or is there any option for enterprise installations also? Great. So we currently offer the platform in two hosting types. One is a public cloud and the other one is private cloud. So we don't have a on-premise hosting as of now. So it can be accessed only on the cloud, to be very straightforward at the moment. But for enterprises who prefer having a private cloud, we do have options for it. You can pretty much install the app on any cloud, which basically is Azure, AWS, or Google. So it depends on how you want to take it forward. So I have another question. We have been challenged to BP support coming through the KF Partner Program in India and South Asia. Sid or Lalit can please help address this issue. We have been challenged to BP support. I'm sorry, if you can, Prashant, if you can elaborate on this, that would be great for me. Or you can also obviously reach out to me personally too. I can help you out with any challenges that you're facing. So I have another question in terms of support or training. So it's like I said, it's just re-emphasizing on it. In product, you have different modules of training. You can start with the boards and process, and it's a structure that you follow. So because it's more or less like the basics, and you basically climb up the ladder in terms of the in learning the product. So you have different modules, and from each modules, you will have different, I would say, questionnaires that you have to take up post the training, post which you'll be awarded the certification. And for sales, it's pretty straightforward. The dedicated partner manager or the account executive for you will work with you and make sure that you're enabled in terms of the sales side of the product. So whatever training we receive as a salesperson, the partner receives the same as well. So there's no differentiation on that one, because what we learn as sales in terms of Kissflow salesperson's view is what the partner receives also. So any further questions? I think we are coming to a closure towards this. Okay. I think that's pretty much it from my end. Then Prashant, you had asked for that question. If you can write to me on that one, I'll be happy to help you on that. So please feel free to write to me. I'm sid@kissflow.com. Available most of the times around the clock to help you out. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining in today. Very happy to host all of you, and I hope this was insightful. So please reach out to me if you have any questions at all. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.